My name's Aaron. I was adopted when I was 7 years old to a Christian family, you know. And when I was younger, I never knew anything about that, you know. My dad abandoned me, and my mom always had us, you know, us four brothers together, and she wanted a better life for us. So what she did, and she put us for adoption, which I'm sure was the hardest thing for a parent to do. We were adopted by a great family, my mom and dad. And they actually, we thought we was going to be just four of us. They actually had 16 other siblings for us to be part of the family. And so we had a huge family, all 20 all together, and they were very Christian. They took us to church every Sunday and Wednesday. The older I got, you know, I had a lot of ups and downs, but God was there for me to help me get through a lot of stuff. And then I got married and started my own family, and I wanted to make sure my kids knew that if you had any problems, you can always go to God, and God's always be there for them. And the reason I'm getting baptized is I want to get closer to God.
I'm Jaden, and I'm 7 years old. I believe Jesus died for my sins. Before I believed in Jesus, I used to lie a lot and steal, but Jesus helped me overcome that. I made a decision to accept Jesus into my life, and that was the most exciting moment in my life. Results are I became a Christian, and I always loved God, and I wanted to be with Jesus for the rest of my life. When I was really young, my dad left me when I was 5 on my birthday. He abandoned me. I was sad, lonely for a really long time, until I came to this church. When I came in here, I felt the love in my heart. I never felt that enough. When I came into kids ministry for the first time, no one judged you or nothing. That's what made me happy. And then I'm changing a lot in my life and trying to be like God loved me and I love other people. And the reason I want to get baptized to get closer to God and love Him. That's all.
I was always very angry, mean, just violent, just a mean-spirited person. Kindness was a weakness in my eyes. My sister told me about this church in her neighborhood, the Vineyard Church, and they were doing a program called Make Neighbors, Not Strangers. And my sister said, "You gotta come check this place out, Mandy. It's amazing. Everybody's so kind." And I came here, and I purposely wore an outfit that would show tattoos that I have, so I could start crap, or I don't know, you know, just waiting for somebody to say something or look at me funny. So I came in and nobody ever did. Nobody has ever. And I sat down and I was listening to the message. When worship started, something started in my heart. It's like the ice, the rock, I don't know what you want to call it, just started melting away. I mean, it's indescribable. It was amazing. I never thought that I'd ever feel that way, and I did.
I grew up in the church 30 years trying to follow the rules, understand who God was. I got taught a lot, got explained to me the way that it should be done and how it should be done. basically following the rules like the Pharisees did, and I got pretty good at it. Got to a point where I actually would get so good on the outside that I'd pile stuff on the inside so nobody else could see who I was. About 3 years ago, I got to a point where depression hit pretty hard. It got to a point where I didn't even know where I was. I couldn't think, I couldn't see, I couldn't really function with my family. I'd sit at the dinner table, tears would be flowing down my eyes, and looking out the window, people would be talking to me and I wouldn't be able to respond. It just buried it all in there, and I just couldn't get it to come out. I didn't know how to get it to come out. And one night, after reading quite a bit of the Bible, I decided I just got a feeling, and I said, Lord, this is it. Tears rolling down my eyes and everything again, looking out the window at a thunderstorm, I believe it was, and I said, I'm in. I'm all yours. Anything you want, I'm in. I'm ready to let Jesus be the leader. I'm ready to give him the reins. I'm ready to let him take over and follow what he has to say, because it's not been working for me. So yeah, that's why I'm here.
I grew up going to church, kind of, Christmas and Easter type of thing, if that. So I didn't really have a good relationship with God. I didn't know much about him. And then as an adult, when I started having kids, I knew that I wanted more for my family. I wanted my kids to know God. I knew that that was missing from my life. So one night while I was looking up churches, I feel like God really told me that I needed to contact April Brennan, which is someone that I went to high school with, and she is now part of the Denver church plant. So I did. I contacted her, and I was actually shocked. She was so excited about her church, and she gave me, some information on it, and, gave me kind of a forewarning about how different it was from the Catholic Church, which I was thankful she did. And that was a few years ago, and we have obviously never left, and we love it. And this church has been more than just a church, it's been a family. Everybody here has helped me really find Jesus, I love having a relationship with him. I love telling people about Jesus. I love sharing it with my kids and watching them grow in his love and knowing that through him I'm doing something right for a change. And it's just been amazing. It's been an amazing ride, and I couldn't imagine it any other way.
My name is Nicole, and I grew up in a house where God was basically non-existent. We didn't go to church, we didn't pray, we didn't speak of him, nothing, ever. The only rules I followed were those set by my parents, and rules I guess I made for myself that I thought I was doing right. God was still empty or non-existent in my life. I was sad all the time. I was very empty. I was very closed-minded to people who were speaking about God. I didn't want to hear about it. It wasn't until I met Sunday, a member of this church, and she invited me to come and see the service with her, and I did. And that day, at the end of service, she asked if I wanted to go up with her and receive prayer. I felt love like I never felt before, friendship, closeness, everything, and as we prayed together, it was like something happened inside me. Something I had never felt before, and I'm not going to sit here and say it was instantaneous, I found God, right then. It didn't happen like that. It was after the prayer. It was after the prayer that, I felt light. I felt light inside. That's the only way I can explain it.